Hello, welcome to my video class. This is Alamuddin Pramanik talking to you, a lecturer in English at Azizul Haq Memorial Degree College, Kahalu, Bogura. Dear learners, how are your days going on? I wish your days might go on very nicely by the grace of Allah who has created us in this world. Okay, today I will present you some examples of non-finite verbs. That means how to correct the form of non-finite verbs. There are some examples written on the whiteboard. Please look at the whiteboard. Number 1. We saw some farmers plow their lands. Here, plow is the non-finite verb. Dear learners, can you remember something about non-finite verbs I mentioned in my previous class? I'm telling again, we can identify a non-finite verb. The verb which has no subject is a non-finite verb. This is a system of identification, not definition. So the verb plow has no subject here. So plow is the non-finite verb. How can we make the form of this verb correct? Here the correct form of the verb plow is plowing. That means present participle. We should make the verb plow into present participle. What is present participle? The verb which has an ing at the end of it and plays the function of an adjective is a present participle. We can think like this. When we find a finite verb in any simple sentence and we have another non-finite verb, then the non-finite verb will be turned into present participle. So the correct answer is plowing. Okay, now we will discuss example number 2. Rana went home, meet his parents. Here, meet is a non-finite verb because it also has no subject. So, it's a non-finite verb. Here, went is the finite verb. And the correct answer will be to meet. Why? These two sentences are same. But here the correct answer is to meet. That means it's an infinitive. If any simple sentence expresses the meaning or purpose or reason, then in this sentence we must have an infinitive. So meet here has become the infinitive. What is infinitive? The verb which has a to before it is an infinitive. I am telling you again, the simple sentence which expresses the purpose or reason of something, in this sentence we must have an infinitive. So to meet is an infinitive. But the example number 1 does not express any reason or cause. So here plow is not an infinitive. Here plow is a present participle. That means plowing is the correct answer. Here to meet is the correct answer because this sentence has expresses the reason of Rana's going home. Example number 3. The man is in the habit of tell lies. Tell lies. Here tell is said after the preposition of, and many of you know after preposition we must write a noun or pronoun, but here after the preposition of we have a verb tell. So if we have any verb after any preposition, then the verb will be transformed into noun. That means the word tail should be transformed into a noun. So to make the verb tail into a noun, we can write telling. Telling is a gerund, and we know a gerund plays the function of a noun. So we can easily say that after preposition the verb will take ing with it. The verb will take ing with it. So the correct answer is telling. So we should remember, after preposition we will add ing with the verb which is after any preposition except to. Number 4, example number 4. The boys are going to London to play cricket. We know to also is a preposition, but the verb which is after to will be in the base form. That means play here will be play, because we know after to the verb will be in the base form. So play is here is the correct answer, and it is an infinitive. To play is an infinitive, like this. To meet is an infinitive, like this. To play is an infinitive. So we should remember, after every preposition we must write ing with the verb, but after to we must not add ing with the verb, because it's an infinitive. Example number 5. My friend came to me with a view to borrow a book. Here borrow is incorrect. Here borrowing is the correct, because here to is not alone. With a view to, it's a prepositional phrase, and we know after preposition or prepositional phrase the verb will be a gerund. The verb will be turned into a gerund, because gerund plays the function of a noun. Here to is not alone. With a view to, totally it's a prepositional phrase. I'm telling again, after any preposition or prepositional phrase we must add ing with the verb. So borrowing is the correct answer here. We have some other prepositional phrase very common which usually come into your exam: with a view to, forward to, used to. Now we are going to discuss number 6, example number 6. She was used to study more and more. She was used to. Used to is also a prepositional phrase, and for this reason, like this, after with a view to we have ing with the verb. Like this, after used to we have ing with the verb study. So studying is the correct answer, because used to is also a prepositional phrase. But in the sentence number 7, there is a different thing. Used to. Here we have used to, and in this sentence we have also used to. But here the correct answer is study. She used to study more and more. These two sentences are like you same, but here is a difference. That is, after the subject here we have a be verb, but in this sentence number 7, after the subject we do not have any be verb. We have directly the main verb. Here used is the main verb or finite verb. So after to, the verb form will be in the base form. So after to we have given the base form of the verb. So study is the correct answer here. We can remember in this way: if we have a be verb after the subject and then we have used to, then we will add an ing with the main verb. But if we have used to just after the subject and we have no be verb, then we will keep the verb in base form. So here study is the correct answer. I will show you some more examples. Now we will talk about example number 8, 9 and 10. We should know that some non-finite verb may be bare infinitive. What is bare infinitive? The verb infinitive which has no to before it is called a bare infinitive because it has no to before it. Here, example number 8, we make him do the hard work. We make him do the hard work. Here, do is a non-finite verb, and of course, it's an infinitive. But I don't write any to before the verb. So, do is here a bare infinitive because I have not written to. How can we think? If in any sentence we have make, late or dear as finite verbs, I am repeating, if we have make, late and dear in any sentence as finite verb, then in this sentence the non-finite verb will be bare infinitive. That means they are infinitive, but bare infinitive. Make, late and dear are the finite verbs. For these reasons, in these sentences we have bare infinitives. That means here go is the right answer. To go will be the wrong answer. The robbers let the man go, not to go. Go is the right answer because here the finite verb is late. And example number 10, here the finite verb is there. There is the finite verb. So, say is the right answer. To say will be the wrong answer. So, we can remember if our finite verb is make, late or there, then this sentence will have bare infinitive. That means infinitive without any to. So, this is all for today. We will meet again, inshallah. Thank you very much.